reducing Arsenal's overtures and eventual wrapping up of Victor Gyökeres to nothing but potentially just the other team in Liverpool's season. Well, we'll try to make sense of all of that, even as we do the same for Barcelona's latest English acquisition from Manchester. The first English player to sign for FC Barcelona in over 30 years, Marcus Rashford. And what to make of the environment that he leaves behind, that is Manchester United. So today, we'll go transfer heavy as we've done for the last three issues of this show on Hits 103.9 FM. As we always do, midway through the show, we'll activate our phone line, so you can also join us on 0302 216 568, 0302 216 567, or 0548 841 039, 0548 841 039. Those are the two numbers we'll be working with, or the three we'll be working with. And so in about 20 minutes, we'll activate the phone line so you can also talk to us. It's 8 minutes gone past 3 p.m. and this is where our conversations will begin. Award winner is already seated. Phil Foden, that's his award winner. And then Ofe Frimpong seated. Daniel Cranton is expected in the studio. Good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome.
Welcome. Good afternoon, Atsu.
Yeah. So let's start from Liverpool. Liverpool say that no matter who they sign, there's still cash to blow. There's still money to be spent. So they have already signed Jeremy Frimpong. They have signed Milos Kerkez. Milos Kilos. They've signed Milos Kerkez, Jeremy Frimpong, spent £100 million on the German midfielder, Florian Wirtz, in a deal that could rise to £130 million. That's how much Liverpool have committed to him. They paid £69 million for a guy who scored 15 Bundesliga goals in Hugo Ekitike. And we're now told that they could be even opening the checkbook again, this time for the Swedish centre forward, Alexander Isak, who, by the way, told Newcastle United today that he is exploring a move away from the club. So because of that, he told them their pre-season tour of Asia, he's not going with them. So he was not on the plane today. The belief is that Liverpool is his likeliest destination. First of all, Frimpong, help us understand. And when we activate the phone lines, I would want to hear from the Liverpool fans, right? What they make of how much the club is spending and what they expect from their manager Arne Slot. Because even without making any additions, they won the Premier League. Yeah. This season, what is the benchmark for him?
Well, actually,
but my question to you, Frimpong, is how are Liverpool funding this?
Yeah, so many people were asking on social media, how are Liverpool able to do this? Because as we've seen, Liverpool owners, the Fenway Sports Group, mostly don't make these huge signings how they are doing this season. I could even see, for example, last season when Ancelotti came, they only signed Federico Chiesa. Yeah, Federico Chiesa from Juventus. But this season, 4 signings. Now, those 4 signings they've made, we know that they've spent more than £150 million on Florian Wirtz. They spent 40 million on Milo Kerkez from Bournemouth, and also 29 million euros for Georgi Mamadashvili. We shouldn't forget the Valencia goalkeeper. It was agreed in January, but he was going to play for Liverpool next season.
It was agreed last year.
Last year. Yeah. So in total, Liverpool has spent 294 million euros just for these 4 signings they've made this season alone. And now, they stole one from Newcastle, that is Hugo Ekitike. And now Ekitike, yeah. Ekitike.
Yes.
His name is a very confusing one, actually.
It's not confusing. I don't know why you went to sleep last night, but Ekitike. A.K.A. Nkiti. A.K.A. Itikilinkili.
He's a top striker.
Yeah.
He's a top striker.
Really?
Actually, now, Liverpool posted on their website about their PSR.
Okay.
And now let me read what they said.
Okay.
And this is what he's saying.
When was this?
That was last week.
Okay.
Yeah. They said that the positive PSR margin of 48 million euros for the previous financial year ending May
48 million
31st.
pounds.
Yeah, 48 million pounds.
Yes.
Now, when this figure is combined with the 105 million euros permitted in cumulative losses over a 3-year period, it gives the Merseyside Giants an effective headroom of 153 million euros under league rules. Pounds.
Yes, they are British club.
They are British
trade
club.
in pounds.
153 million pounds under league rules. Furthermore, club revenues are reported to have topped 700 million pounds for the year, driven by increased commercial earnings and deep Champions League runs. These figures indicate that Liverpool could theoretically spend up to 200 million euros more this summer and still remain compliant with the PSR requirements. So, actually, as I said, they still have more money to spend. And it looks like they've been doing good businesses, Liverpool. You know, especially when you look at their wage bill, don't really give much players they don't spend more than 300k on a player. I think the only player there is Mohamed Salah, who takes up to 359, almost to 400k a week there. And Liverpool are a club that really make good signings and good outgoings. We've seen the likes of Philippe Coutinho leaving for more than 100 million pounds to Barcelona. People have forgotten that, though they use that money to sign Virgil van Dijk. So Liverpool don't really make huge signings. So their PSR is a very, very, very good way, and their finances are very strong. And you could see why they are making these signings. They've said in their report that they have more than 200 million euros to spend.
Pounds
to spend.
Behave.
Pounds to spend, actually. And the PSR, they still be compliant with the PSR requirements. So, for me, it looks like they are going to go in for Alexander Isak. They will go in for Isak.
Okay. I would want to hear from the Liverpool fans because, yes, there is money to be spent, but is it not more prudent to move players on before you start spending? Because if you splash that big and then later you have to now go around and find buyers for the players that you have, you risk a situation where people will devalue the assets that you have because they know that you are desperate to move players on. But just to add to what the explanation you gave, earlier in February this year, they announced that they had made a pre-tax loss of 57 million pounds. But the overall revenue is where the real kicker is, right? Their overall revenue for last season rose by 20 million pounds to 640 million pounds. And their commercial income also increased by 36 million to 308 million pounds. Now, this is significant because, as many of you may be aware, Liverpool is not Manchester United. They are not Real Madrid. They are not commercial giants in the manner of the clubs that I have mentioned. But this is significant because it was the first time in their history that they reported commercial revenue of more than 300 million pounds in their annual financial accounts. And per their report, it was due to growth in partnerships and retail. Now, let's talk about the signings themselves. Ekitike and what he brings to Liverpool before the Alexander Isak aspect. And that's where we introduce Daniel Cranton, the Oracle. He's here. He's been looking through the crystal ball to see what it has for Ekitike and what it has for even Alexander Isak. DK, why are you like this? Wait, first of all, why do Liverpool need Ekitike?
Why do they need it?
Yes.
I asked them. Look, to be frank, I think there's an over-reliance on
Mohamed Salah.
In terms of goals. What they are trying to... It makes sense for me. Look, if Ekitike had gone to... Maybe... In fact, he was linked, if you remember, in the last couple of transfer windows. He was linked, I think, Chelsea, Man United. I wasn't too sure about those moves. Going to Liverpool makes sense because there's no too much pressure on him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the track record of banging in sackload of goals season after season. But he's a really good player on a very good trajectory. He reminds me of Isak before he came to the Premier League. Very similar.
The Real Sociedad one or the Dortmund one?
The Dortmund one hardly played. The Sociedad one, similar profile, similar style, can do basically, or is on the trajectory of to probably reach where Isak is right now, or even maybe better. So for me, it makes perfect sense for Liverpool to come out and snap him. He slots into a team that is already set. They are league winners. The system is working. And sometimes you need to get these signings early. You don't need to wait for him to hit the ceiling before you get him in. So for me, I perfectly understand why Liverpool are going in for him. I don't think he walks straight into the starting lineup. And look, league champions, they want to win the Champions League. They are competing for the big things. So you need to stack up your team with top quality players. And that's what Liverpool is doing. So for me, it makes perfect sense. I think it's a really good deal. And he can only get better than he is right now.
If you look at that situation, so work the attack for me in the grand scheme of affairs. If this Isak thing concludes in him being a Liverpool player, what does that attack look like? And what are the bench options?
Personally, for me, it's true. The reports say he has told Newcastle he wants to leave.
Yeah.
But he has a contract. The fact that he's told Newcastle he wants to leave doesn't mean Newcastle will fold their arms and sell him. They don't need your money. Newcastle have money.
Yeah.
They don't need your cash. The 150 million price tag they put on him was to ward off suitors, not necessarily for somebody to go and pay their money. So it's up to Newcastle now. I want to see where their head is, because they've already said he's not for sale. Yes, he will not be part of
the early aspects of their preseason.
But we've seen this thing play over and over. Harry Kane has gone to Tottenham, has cried, he will still play. Zaha went to cry too, he didn't.
Crystal Palace.
Like, the bottom line is, once the selling team is not desperate to sell, they have their own crazy ambitions. They are owned by Saudis. They have their own
Arab money.
Newcastle want to win the league in the next 3-4 seasons. That's what they are looking at. So if they sell Isak now, they are basically setting themselves up to be a selling club. And they don't want that. For me, I don't think they will sell. I think with Liverpool also getting Ekitike, it will slow down their pursuit for Isak. I don't think they are going to go gang-ho and try and get him in. But at the end of the day, look, from a Newcastle point of view, I don't think they should sell. It makes the league way more interesting. I think Liverpool have stacked up their attack enough. I think if Isak comes in, it's going to be a whole new dynamic. And I think even from a Liverpool point of view, they should take their time small. Because when you bring in a flurry of players, it can
you have to integrate all of them at the same time.
It can be difficult for them to settle in. I think they already have a very good system. Bro, he won the league. So, obviously, you need to start replacing the Salahs and co. But with Verts coming in, Verts is in there.
And he's a starter.
Yeah, Verts is a starter. You don't pay that amount. In fact, he's a starter. He's a top-class attacking midfielder. Wherever you want to play, he's world-class. Yeah. So, he's a starter. But bottom line is, Liverpool need to take their time a bit. I think Ekitike coming is a really good option. I don't know if Darwin Núñez will leave the club. And let's not forget the whole Jota situation. Because had it not happened, I'm sure maybe one would have left and then just another addition. So maybe I don't know what is going to happen with the Darwin Núñez situation, but my main point is Liverpool need to. I don't think they'll go. Yeah, they need to take their time. If they don't get Isak this window, I don't think to worry them.
Okay. In 5 minutes, we'll activate our phone lines, and then I'd want to hear from you, the Liverpool fans, on what you make of your club's transfer activities and what expectations you have of the team going into next season. The numbers, when we do, will be 0302 216 568, 0302 216 567, or 0548 841 039. 0548-841-039. Award winner. If you look through that Liverpool team, right, and all of these players who are reportedly coming in, Daniel has mentioned that they may not go all out. And now that Ekitike is in, they may not go all out for, what's his name, Isak. But we're also aware of Bayern's interest in Luis Diaz and Napoli's interest in what's his name? Darwin Núñez. Today there was the earlier reports that Bayern will send an improved offer between 70 and 80 million euros, which should be in the region that Liverpool are looking for. And if the Osimhen deal gets wrapped up to Galatasaray, then it looks like Napoli then will also have the finances to... So they may have the money and even the options, as far as the team sheet is concerned, the space to accommodate 2 more forward players. Is it prudent to do that?
If from what Daniel explained earlier, I feel like Liverpool, as it stands now, have made plans to, sell players. With the kind of rumors we are hearing about Isak coming in, Nunes in there as well. We have Iketike also in there. Like these are strikers you can't contain in one team. That's Liverpool, and like you mentioned, Jota's situation is also a part of the reason why they are kind of linked to so many strikers in the window. So personally, I feel like they've made preparations and plans to sell some of these players you've mentioned, and also recruit Isak, as if Daniel clearly explained. There are plans in there to ask some of the players out and then also bring in some in. So I think that there's probably a plan there. But for now, I can't speak for Liverpool because they seem to be eager to win the league on multiple occasions from what they are doing, and also compete in Europe to be a major contender like likes of Madrid and then Barcelona. Everyone obviously wants to be like Real Madrid. Win the Champions League on multiple occasions, and that's what Liverpool, I think, they are trying to do with the kind of recruitment they've made this summer. It's really impressive to see, and also give them the credit for that. But then I'm looking at how things are going to take off for them. Sometimes these recruitments turn out not to work in so many clubs. We've seen it in several clubs. Chelsea, it didn't work. Where I think Chelsea didn't work. Man United also didn't work. They've signed so many strikers and it didn't work. So that's the situation at hand at the moment. So
you know what? I was going to take the phone calls, but let's add the Arsenal angle, right?
Yeah.
Because they were the 2 main contenders for the Premier League title last season. Everyone said Arsenal should go and sign a striker. Now they've added Gyökeres. But it looks like the moves Liverpool are making, the same people who were asking Arsenal to go and sign a striker don't even believe that, despite signing a striker.
They are confident of winning the league. They are not even confident. Gyökeres coming in doesn't give Arsenal that confidence of winning the league, because look at what Liverpool is doing in their backyard.
Do you think he's a player who moves the needle, who takes Arsenal to the next level?
Oh, definitely. He definitely moves Arsenal to the next level, because Gyökeres, last season, Arsenal's most, where they've lacked often was the attacking center forward position. And Arteta, clearly you could see, you saw it was evident in the PSG game. They needed a striker. Marino couldn't effect that. He couldn't unlock that attacking threat on PSG. So having Gyökeres in this situation kind of solves Arsenal's problem. And I'm looking at how things are going to take off for them. Like I said, Liverpool, because Liverpool as it stands, I find it difficult looking at how.
But in terms of, you said he takes them to the next level.
Exactly.
In terms of the Premier League, is that next level winning the league? Because they've been second for God knows how long.
Personally, I can't confirm that. But look, I can't confirm that based on the signings some of these clubs are making. United are also in the corner there. They are not playing. No, you can't rule United off in this scenario. You can't rule them off. One, United is not playing in Europe next season. They have all the luxury to compete at the highest level in the Premier League. Some of these clubs competing in Europe have already signed some of these top strikers and all that. And for Man United, they're going to have time, patience, structure to assemble all their boys together and also compete. And I can't rule them off.
When you say compete, you are talking about competing for the league title.
Exactly.
League title.
They can. Man United can.
Ruben Amorim's Manchester United.
You people are trying to rule United off in this regard. Look, you doubt that based on last season's performance. This is next season, a fresh season. You can't rule them off.
Okay. We'll talk about Manchester United in a bit. But Daniel, Arsenal have finally signed a centre forward, or are on the verge of, because we're told he's just a medical that will be done within the next 24 hours, and then Gyökeres will be an Arsenal player. For me, the question is simple. Does he take Arsenal to the Premier League title?
I'm not a soothsayer.
But in terms of the quality he adds to the team,
It makes them better. But as to who, but you just spoke about Liverpool. We've got Ekitike, we've got Salah and things. You moved to the next one, asking me.
You see
for a man.
They are this going into this season. There are 4 teams who have proper like squads to managers who are capable of winning the league. So you can't just they won't make predictions.
You know what we'll do next week? Next week we'll look at the squads that teams have assembled, and based on the progress they've made from last season, which of them we should consider as contenders for the league title.
Me at this point, I've ruled even Man City out of the league title because I've ruled them out.
City are out, but United are contenders.
United are.
Then they'll finish that point.
No. United are contenders. You don't believe. No, look. People don't believe Amorim. That's the most painful aspect of all this. It pains me to the core to look at how you guys try to make Amorim look like a bad manager.
They got something from food.
Where's this energy?
You put no trust Amorim.
Faith in.
Now, look, we were all here. No, we were all happy when we heard the news that United have signed Mbeumo.
Yes.
Look, 20 goals in a season. Mbeumo combined with Cunha. Bro.
35 Premier League goals.
Bro.
Without assist.
Iketike, forget. You no go sit up. I no go lie you. Forget. These are Premier League experienced players.
Premier League proven.
Very good. Proven players. Cunha has had 2 Premier League experience. Mbeumo, I don't know the experience is that, but
Mbeumo has had 3.
3.
Two of them.
So in total, that's 5 Premier League experience. And what are you going to do with that? You're going to let that slide, bro. These 2 players.
Chaliba is Amorim.
No, forget Amorim factor or effect. Amorim go
score there. He's the one going to coach the team.
He go score there. I say next season Amorim go score there. I say next season Amorim go score there. Look at something.
You want him at Barcelona?
We'll take the phone lines in a bit, but then I'll finish up on the Gyökeres and Arsenal dynamic for me, and then we activate the phone lines.
Look, obviously he makes them better. Arsenal have lacked a raw, pure goal scorer, and he's another option. This is an Arsenal team that finished second in back-to-back seasons, 3 in a row, and they've been doing that with a false number 9, half 9 in Kai Havertz. Everybody has seen that if their main striker or their main goal scorer could get 20 plus goals a season, that could push them to a different next level. For me, I'm looking at the squad depth and their ability to chop and change based on the competitions that they have this season. Last season was a huge problem for them when Odegaard got injured in the early part of the season. It took a lot out of them. If you remember that game against, in fact, Odegaard and Saka were injured. The game against Liverpool, if you remember, at Emirates. Arsenal were struggling with injuries, and then Saka got another injury during the game, had to come off. That's when Liverpool went on, showed their strength in depth, made a couple substitutions, went on to draw the game. But Arsenal need depth, and they need quality in depth, and that's what Arteta is doing. He's bought, it looks like, and I always say, look, in transfers, fans have a way of viewing transfers. It's funny. It's not game, like we know they play game. It's like it's real life. You see, so the best players take a bit longer to sign.
Yeah.
If you are going for Gyökeres and Gyökeres will be sealed in August, should you wait when you finish getting Gyökeres before you can start looking for the others? No, so you make other deals. There are other areas of the team that need reinforcement. So you go and you do it. At the end, the Gyökeres has come. So they're crying, they were crying. No, the guy has come. It's here we go. And now after this, I've spoken to Artetus and we are looking to get a left winger. Because Martinelli no the Onyade. Martinelli no Onyade is a problem. So Eze, we are focusing on Eze now. When we clear the Gyökeres deal, we are going for Eze. A couple of names will go. Kivio and Co sack them. They are not good enough. Jinjenko, that guy, we'll clear him.
Why not Rodrigo but Eze?
Madrid have not said Rodrigo is for sale. And if he's for sale, they say 100 million euros. That thing they cost too. Rodrigo's like wages too is another thing.
Yeah.
Then this is somebody. The guy was in Brazil and he came to Spain. There's no guarantee that if he paid 100 million euros, he comes to the Premier League and then He will ball. Eze has done the work in the Premier League. We know he's good.
Yeah.
He's a really good player in the Premier League.
How much do you think gets Eze?
Would they say 70-something million? 70-something million is workable. We can
Charlie, like that one, I will top up by Rodrigo.
You they take names. See, Premier League no be easy.
Eze is a great player, too.
Rodrigo is a baller. As for that, Rodrigo, they mean by Madrid.
I would like Eze as competition or replacement for Odegaard.
Oh, okay.
How? Eze is a winger. He's not a number 10.
Like I'm
His
later.
best games for Palace are playing central position.
Yeah.
His best.
No,
He's
yeah.
outward. He's not
in the
reliable.
FA Cup, even
Okay.
The way Palace
Outward.
play is that 2-10 thing, but
Yes.
it's 2-10 towards the wide side. It's not central. Now Odegaard, pure number 10. No, I guess I know if he play there.
But that's what Eze was playing last season. No?
Okay.
They play a 2-10. It's not
Two
2-10.
number
Is
10,
not
right.
one number 10. It's
The one
two
Amorim is
completely-
trying to.
I saw it two completely different. Then the what be name? What be this guy? My player no.
Mateta.
No be Mateta.
Cunha.
Matheus Cunha.
Matthias Cunha.
No, Cunha self no. He's
Mbeumo.
Mbeumo. Mbeumo can play the 2-10.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he can play one number 10 pure.
Well, that's a fair point.
You go relax.
Let's take some
Nah,
calls,
Eze-
yeah.
Eze no install
Let's take
him.
some calls. It looks like Arsenal. The kid didn't give the Arsenal fans vim. The vim all day.
I
the
forgive
Liverpool
them.
fans-
I forgive them.
Liverpool
Arsenal-
was how can look at the end of the day when we are predicting me, I'll say Arsenal win. That's what I'll say.
I'm not serious.
No, it's true.
Somebody should
I'll
go and
predict-
sign
I'll
Nkiti.
predict-
Milos
You
Kilos.
said this guy don't be serious.
Wait,
You
wait.
said this guy don't be
Wait.
serious.
Somebody
You know
should go
the
and
funny
sign Nkiti.
We
Wait,
always
let me
say
give you
that.
the list. Wait.
If the transfer
Milos
window
Kilos.
is not over,
Uh-huh.
I can't make.
Yeah, you
a
can-
proper-
yeah,
yeah,
So
that's
I'll
true.
wait
It's
for it to
over.
be over. Okay, do you know
Yeah,
Pep
but-
Guardiola?
but as we speak-
That people surprise for
We'll
people.
sign one or we'll come back here. We'll start to discuss again.
But you see, as
People
we
surprise
speak,
on us.
Milos Kilos, Nkiti, Jeremy Frimpong, Mama Dashvili,
But that's really the good sit bench.
100 million plus. Best case scenario, Isaac. The league will
go.
make you people.
Nah, Liverpool.
0302
How many players
216
play at a time? You know, be 11.
568.
They can't play them well.
0302 216 568 0302 216 567 or 0548 841 039 0548 841 039. Our phone lines are active. You can call us and then let us know what you make of Liverpool's transfer activities. Arsenal's as well. They are finally about to sign a striker. What now?
But Mama Dashvili, no. Mama Dashvili, no. Let me ask you a question. Mama Dashvili.
That guy, he's not ambitious. So.
Mama Dashvili.
When you're serious, but
Before God, the man, he didn't kill her. How would he catch?
Nah, Keller they catch fast.
Keller guy, name you no get to.
No, I
No, Dashvili too they
If
catch.
Kelleher was at Valencia too, the goals way Madrid
that's
will concede to, you go concede.
See,
And I don't talk.
see
goals,
the Valencia
because-
defense there.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's like
terrible.
just a one count.
Hey,
The
very
Valencia
terrible.
defense.
See, you know about what I talk. What are they talk this year?
Uh-huh.
We saw when Alisson was. Alisson be world
Yeah,
class.
yeah,
keeper.
yeah. He left.
We've
And
seen
then Keller
over this, like, let me see, like 3 seasons. In Alisson's absence,
Keller-
if you joke, we know they see difference.
No,
It's true.
yeah.
Keller they catch you.
That's true.
They catch.
He dey
So
force,
this Mama
he dey force.
Dashvili guy they come. No.
Oh, no, he's
and
not
the
serious.
goalkeepers need
See,
one pair go start.
Mama
so why they add them
Dashvili,
to the
Mama
this thing?
Dashvili, he's not serious.
Should have gone to Brentford or something.
Not Brentford. The potential that guy has, he is good enough to be a top keeper at any of the big clubs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Master,
So
if he
to-
can-
He's on the.
if he can, where should he
I
go?
think he's on the same level with Barca's new signing, Juan Garcia.
Garcia.
I think he's better.
They're on the same
See,
level.
the Valencia defense, if you watch them
It's
in La Liga,
terrible, it's terrible.
see, when you're attacking, it's like they are waiting
Very
for the
simple.
attack to conclude by itself. No resistance at all. 0302 216 568 0302 216 567 0548 841 039 0548 841 039. Those are our phone lines. Give us a call and let us know what you think on the conversation we're having. Call us and let's get talking.
Actually, before you get the phone lines,
Yeah,
Arsenal have signed a really great player
in your case.
in Gyökeres. Gyökeres is now the final piece for Arteta's side to win at least the Premier League next season.
I think we have our first caller on the line. Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Okay. Hello. What's your name and where are you calling us from? let's move the conversation on. You can also try and call us on 050 0302 216 568 0302 216 567 or 0548 841 039 0548 841 039. I'd like to hear from you, the Arsenal fans especially. You guys were clamoring for a signing, a centre forward. Now you are getting one in Gyökeres. Hello? What's your name and where are you calling us from? It looks like today our lines are not helping us, but you can still call us and let's see if we'll be fortunate with any of that. But Ofe, you were talking about Gyökeres.
Yeah, Gyökeres is a great player, actually.
Okay.
Look at Gyökeres start at Sporting.
Okay, so crazy. I've just been told that let's take messages rather. Yes, let's take text messages rather because of a technical hitch. So you can send us a WhatsApp message on 0548 841 039 0548 841 039. That's the WhatsApp number.
Actually, Gyökeres start at Sporting is crazy. 102 appearances, 97 goals. At Sporting. That means there were on the average there were only 5 games where he didn't score. 5 games that he didn't score.
Over 102 games.
Actually, they describe him as a physical player. He's so strong. He has the ability to carry the ball, to hold up play. And imagine him there holding up play for Arsenal, giving the ball to Saka. Saka, imagine Arsenal having a counter-attack with Gyökeres, Saka, and Martinelli running towards the opponent.
Take Martinelli out of the equation.
It's going to be crazy. I think this is the final piece for Arteta to at least finally win the Premier League. It's been a long time now Arsenal have been in the second position. And I don't remember the last time Arsenal signed a striker like Victor Gyökeres. Talking about their physical strength. If you could help me, actually.
Arsenal don't sign strikers like that. Usually, when they sign big strikers, they are also very technical, right? So, Nicolas Anelka, early 2000s, late 90s, even Thierry Henry, right? Very, very technical. Those are the kind of send. Arsenal don't always. Even Aubameyang. Okay, so Jude might be the anomaly, but even Aubameyang was comfortable playing from wide areas. So this guy might be the anomaly in terms of Arsenal strikers.
Yes. And I think that he's the final piece for Arteta now, as I said. And Arteta really, I think next season must be his season. And Slot came into Liverpool. One season, bam, he won the Premier League. I think Arsenal fans are really getting tired of the second position and runners out. We're almost there.
Nearly men.
The next season should be Arteta's season, and I think that Victor Gyökeres is the final piece for him now. Now he has no complaints again, no excuses.
Hold on to that thought. The final aspect of the Arsenal conversation will be what the season should look like for Arteta, right? If he ends the transfer window with a set of players that he wants, maybe one more winger, right? Maybe one more, whatever it is that he's looking for. But for now, Daniel, what does this signing, the arrival of Gyökeres, what does it mean for Kai Havertz?
When Ekitike came, you didn't ask what he meant for another Liverpool.
The Liverpool options, no, Omasa, they are not starting. They are not going to start.
Who told you?
Who? Luis Diaz. You've been at the club for about 4 years. This is the first time you score 15 goals, and someone is walking in with 15 goals.
15 goals from where?
It doesn't matter. They believe he will make it work.
15 goals and Bundesliga 15 goals.
But I'm saying that he was still there when Liverpool decided to make the outlay.
He was there. He was part of the reason they won the league. If he wasn't good enough, they would not be hesitant on saying.
All of that to say that.
When Arsenal sign a player, then what does it mean for? It is depth. Pep Guardiola has shown that you don't use first 11 to win league. Slotto has shown us that you don't use first 11 to win league. I don't know what to say. When Arsenal buys a player, then Havertz is staying. He's an option. Saka is there. He's an option. Madueke is there. He's an option. Odegaard is there. He's an option. Wanyeri is there. He's an option. Norgard, Zubidu. They are all there. They are options.
You are so paranoid. I wasn't even asking about what it means for his future.
So what So
about what he
are you
does for the team, whether he plays off him, whether they play together,
I'm not the coach.
or he dropped.
I'm not the coach.
Wait,
Yesterday we watched the preseason.
No, none of us is the coach here.
We watched preseason.
None of us here
That's why
is
I
the
said
Arsenal.
He's an option. So when you have a player like Havertz, who's been playing the number 9, which is not his favorite, now he has a striker. Arteta can decide to play him off the striker like what he was doing when he was at Liverpool.
That's what you should be saying.
That's what I said. Option. Option say what does it mean for?
But when you start by saying that his future, nobody has mentioned it.
Liverpool side
No,
player,
no,
you are happy
you see.
that they are strength in them. Man City, you say strength in them. Arsenal, you ask me what does it mean for this thing? Why didn't you ask me what does it mean for Martinelli? What does it mean for this one? Odegaard, what does it mean for? Why didn't you ask me what does it mean for?
Martinelli is not a striker. He hasn't been playing centre forward.
Havertz can go to the left. Odegaard can drop to the bench. Havertz will play number 10.
Charlie, that is
There
a,
are options. That's how you win league. Options. That's how you. Before 2 seasons ago, when Man City won and Foden scored a 20+ goals, none of us knew Foden was going to be a bang-on starter that season.
if the season starts. Yeah, but I'm saying that all things being equal, if the season starts today, right? What does that Arsenal attack look like?
It's deadly. That's what it looks like.
No, I'm not asking you to give me adjectives. I have enough. I'm talking about who plays where.
I've not called Arteta. I don't know.
Award winner. Do you drop Havertz to the bench? Pair him
That's
with.
what you want to ask.
No.
That's what you want to ask.
You see, you didn't let me finish.
That's what
Do you drop him to the bench? Wait, do you drop him to the bench? Pair him with Gyökeres, or he plays off him?
I mean,
Or even possibly the scenario of him playing as a as a third central midfielder.
I mean that could work. I mean, but you look at Gyökeres at Sporting, that's never worked. He has never been paired with any striker. He stands as a lone striker, and that has been his main characteristic, being the lone striker, dropping deep to carry ball and then run with it. And this has all worked in the counter-attacking scenarios. And personally, I'm thinking of how it's going to work with Arsenal, considering looking at how Arsenal plays a possession style of football. Mostly, look at last season. The ball is being stringed to the wings, where either Saka or Martinelli works it and then does a pull out and that's a crossing for the attackers to head the ball into the back of the net. So I'm looking at how it's going to work with the style of play Arsenal plays. I'm finding it difficult to see where Gyökeres is going to fit in that centre forward position. But if you're asking where Kai Havertz is going to be in that team, is either going to be a bench player or is either going to be is going to play a rotation role in that team. Either Arteta is going to place him in the bench and then substitute him with Odegaard, because sometimes Odegaard kind of plays in a childish manner. Let me put it that way. He plays like a kid.
He can be inconsistent.
Very good. That's inconsistency. His inconsistency sometimes baffles me, because as a player of his caliber, I find it difficult why sometimes he struggles to even shoot outside the box. Rather than when the chance pops up, he either passes it or something. So in that fine scenario, a player who can, give you a goal or give you something when going forward could be Havertz.
Yeah.
Having him in that position, he can able to create solutions to your goal scoring problems and all that. When Gyökeres is unable to score, or maybe Saka, Martinelli, all your attacking forwards are able to score and all that. You have Havertz there. That's where he comes in. He comes into the middle and then banks in the goal, and then everything is sorted. But then I'm looking at how they are going to play, the style of play, because Gyökeres as a striker, he wouldn't function in a system where they play tiki-taka and then they cross it to him to head. No. Gyökeres wants you to play on the counter, push it to him, he runs, picks it up, runs with the ball, dribbles the centre backs and then scores. That's Gyökeres. Or either a tapping style of ball. That's Gyökeres for me. I don't think he's going to thrive in a system where Arsenal will try to play a possessive style of play, where we have Thomas Partey in the middle, controlling affairs, and that's something I wanted to touch on. Partey's unavailability for Arsenal at this point could also be a major problem for Arsenal. I don't see them winning the league because of that. Odegaard or Zubimendi coming in, Zubimendi could be a solution, but
that's his first season. This wouldn't pick off at instance.
Immediately for him.
But look, Liverpool, like what we've mentioned, Liverpool, they have their core already there. These are guys coming in to just help with a goal scoring attack and goal scoring for them. That's relieving Salah of his duties. Salah last season was the main man for Liverpool, and I mean they already have their core and then their system and everything there. But with us now, most of your key players are out. As now, Zubi coming in, me, I have a problem with that.
Talk to me, don't mind him.
But unavailability is a massive blow for the team. Very, very massive. And I find it difficult how they are going to function in this. Maybe Arteta is going to make Zubi more of a player that will be crossing the ball, maybe finding Gyökeres with long crosses and all that.
But as for the dynamic of Gyökeres, I think he fits on any kind of chance. He's not someone who's limited to one style of service that he has to require. Okay. Daniel.
This guy is lying. Make it come off.
About what?
What does he mean Gyökeres is not used to counter-attacking this thing? While Sporting, how did they play? It's no possession center team. Sporting dominates the ball. They dominate the ball. What are you talking about? Gyökeres is not. What's the counter-attack? They dominate possession. They carve teams open, create chances, and they score them. The guy he's not a plate into space striker. He can play football. Now you know what Gyökeres in the watch. You know Champions League last year, yeah. He can drop, he can play, he can hold the ball and play the ball. What are you talking about? Gyökeres? No, he's a counter-attacking striker. Arsenal can't do. What did they talk?
Okay. Let's move the conversation on air. We've got just about 6 minutes to check out of session.
What? Zubimendi for? Wait, if you say you Boga.
No, he said he's not a party.
That's true.
The guy is not fit. The guy is not fit. He's never fit. He's never fit. He should go and handle what he's handling. Let's talk about people who are playing football. What is this?
Why you carry the matter past there? Let's move the
Somebody's
conversation
not at the club who you are mentioning the
Let's move the conversation on and talk about Manchester United, Barcelona, and Marcus Rashford. Yesterday, Marcus Rashford was announced to have joined Barcelona on a season-long loan. He has agreed to take a 15% pay cut. Barca will cover the rest of his wages, meaning that instead of £15.6 million, Barcelona are going to pay him £14 million by the end of the contracts or by the end of the season-long loan. Daniel, how does he fit in at Barcelona?
It's a very good signing for Barcelona. Bad business for Man United. Bad business.
How so?
Charlie, you are broke. You don't know how to sell your big assets.
It's true.
Charlie, the United situation is painful. Like,
no, like if
see,
you can't sell
Rashford ended the
who can you sell?
Rashford ended the season with better numbers than Luis Diaz.
That's true.
But Diaz is going to fetch over £70 million. Barcelona are not even prepared to pay £30 million for, because the release clause, the option to buy, they said is £26 million. That's 30 million euros.
But why? If you can't sell Rashford, then who can you sell? Bad business for Man United. But Barca have got a solid option. A solid option. That's if he decides that at Barcelona he will be serious.
If he decides to be serious.
And he can't decide not to be serious.
Yes.
Because
like Barca.
That Barca bench, have you seen Camp Nou? The bench is long. Plenty chairs there. They will find one for him cool. So he will have to play well. And the good thing is that he himself knows that he's not walking straight into that starting 11. This is a starting 11. They were 6 minutes, 1 minute away from Champions League final. They were scoring. In fact, do you know that? Let me tell you a story from last season. Do you know that last season, before every game, they were casting dice in the Barca dressing room. When it lands on a number, that's the number of goals they score.
Yeah.
So when they scored 7, it means that day they used 2 dice. I'm telling you.
5 and 2.
5 and 2. Quick. Barcelona. Oga, it is a set team. And a manager who has set principles. When you are at the top there, you have to press like a mad dog. Rashford
press like a hound.
He can do that. We saw him at Aston Villa.
That is massive. That thing where you chase the ball, then sound far.
He's the work.
Shock him. The only person who is allowed to do that is Lami.
Lami.
So he will have to work hard off the ball. But the good thing is that
The time he will have to work off the ball is not plenty because 60%, 65% of the time, Barcelona are holding the ball. So he there is a solid option for Barca. But he doesn't walk straight into the team. It's good business for him, good business for Barca. But it's poor business for Man United. Because we are still broke and we still need to buy players. So now where's the money good? Boga, you can't sell Rashford. 2 seasons ago, you gave this guy a 350,000
pounds a week.
The guy had banged in goals. All of a sudden, he's going for Charlie, the loan deal, no loan fee safe no day. It's like chicken chain. Me, I will pay for Barca safe. What kind of business cry is that? Man, you dear.
And the thing about Barcelona is that they don't make loan deals permanent.
Yeah, that's
But Barca, they will take you, they use you, and when they are done, they'll go and find who they really want. You remember your Cancelo?
Aubameyang.
Yeah? Aubameyang as well.
João Felix.
Adama Traore. When in fact, João Felix balled out at Barca.
Adama Traore didn't say he would stay.
In fact, João Felix had about his best season
at Barca.
And everyone thought, okay, this could be... Nah.
Why? What did he do at Barcelona?
No, he did.
No, but their
No, I
standards.
said his
His standard is not Barca standard.
No, but at least they could have signed him to be a bench.
Yeah.
No, the own signing was too expensive.
So, but I've just given you a catalogue of players who Barca took on loan. They will use you. When you come, you will do well. Flop there, you won't flop.
Aubameyang also had
Why are
his
you
best
talking into Rashford's future? He will stay there. He will stay at Barcelona.
See, we all want to see him leave. But the problem is that
He will succeed
the
at
club
Barca.
who have taken him on loan, Omo Diasuban is like that.
Actually, there is a penalty if Barcelona doesn't sign Rashford.
No, it's not an obligation. No. It's option to buy. That's the contract. That's what United said. That's what Barca have said.
You have an option to buy.
It is not an obligation. The obligation is where the contract states a fixed sum and it is written. Once you sign it, it means that you have agreed that once the player meets a certain threshold of matches, you pay and then take the player on a permanent. If you don't, you pay a penalty. Like the what was it the recent example? Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
You see that one, they didn't. Chelsea decided that, you know what, the thing we don't want again. So they paid a fine
Charlie, you
of
go
£5
sign
million.
players, then you send them on loan. Then nobody they like the guy. Charlie, you
See, but let's talk about Brandon Mbeumo. Offer, you haven't spoken in a while. He brings 20 Premier League goals to Manchester United. Matthias Cunha also had 15 Premier League goals last season. Definitely, that has to be a signing that should excite United fans, especially for a team that scored 46 or 47 Premier League goals the entirety of last season.
Certainly, Mbeumo signing should be one that will make at least my United fans happy. You know, they've been negotiating with Mbeumo for a month. It was getting United fans very worried, and finally they have their man. How does Mbeumo help this Man United team? Look at the way Ruben Amorim wants to play, the 3-4-3 system, having number 2, number 10s, and Brian Mbeumo did that perfectly with Johan Wissa at Brentford. You know, for a guy coming in, scoring 20 league goals and coming to Manchester United, I think that is a good signing for them. And he's going to partner with Matheus Cunha. But who's going to be the striker? Højlund is there. Joshua Zirkzee also is there. I think now United are buying Premier League experienced players, not players outside. Proven players already in the Premier League. And I think they missed out on João Pedro. But Mbeumo signing too is very, very good. And I think that Mbeumo will really help, especially when he said that Man United is his dream club. So meaning that he's someone that can fight for the club. And Man United needs to buy players who wants to come to Manchester United, who wants to play for the badge, not players they feel like, oh, you know, they are just coming to Manchester United. Mbeumo just waited. He told Brentford, I only want to go to Manchester United. Other clubs came, but he only wanted to go to Manchester United.
Is it not because he knows that United will offer the better paycheck between United and Spurs?
No, but actually United is a big club. Okay. Doesn't matter what is happening.
So the money is just an added incentive.
Yes.
You see these people?
Yes. Okay. So I think he's a good signing, but United need to buy more players. But the problem is they are having financial crisis now. They need to offload players like Sancho, Rashford. Now,
so it looks like all the projections United fans made about, we'll get some 40 million for Rashford. Someone will pay some 30 million for Anthony, Charlie.
Sometimes the way the British media
Anthony's still there.
British media, or even Manchester United fans, the way sometimes they treat their players, actually for me is very wrong. That is why some of these other clubs don't want to pay the money. Look at the way they treat Rashford and Co. At United.
What has that? Is that not a club problem? Because if a club is interested in one player, they don't care what the supporters say about them. Yes. It is the club to club relationship. Like how much you are selling the player for, those negotiations, and the value they. If you've told the world, United who against convention went to say that, oh, we don't want the boy again. He should go and find another club. They said the same thing about Jadon Sancho. Now, if you say the player is damaged goods, you have devalued the asset. Who should come and pay a premium for that player?
That's what I'm saying, Atsu. That's what I'm saying. And
yeah, but that doesn't come from the supporters. It comes from the club.
I'm saying the way the club treat the players.
No, you see, football supporters, we are like that. We are all emotional. If you come where you feel, we will blast you.
Of course.
But until the club says that this player is damaged goods and nobody... Liverpool could equally say that Darwin Núñez, they paid about 90 million euros for him, but they could say that he's damaged goods, but they are not. And they are about to fetch a premium from him. Luis Diaz, I still don't understand how that guy is going to fetch about 75 million pounds with 15 goals.
That's why Barcelona.
Luis Diaz is a baller.
How
is it shocking?
Charlie,
Luis Diaz is a baller.
50 million.
50 million. Yeah, look at the market now.
Diaz
Madueke is 50 million. No,
you look at Diaz's age.
If Madueke is 50 million, how do you think Luis Diaz will be?
Charlie, they make sense. See age.
Look at Madueke.
Oh, 28.
28 where he be. That's prime for a midfielder.
That's the winger.
Winger, just prime.
If Madueke is 50 million, then how much will Luis Diaz cost? If Madueke,
he's young. He's young. He's still got potential, my guy. No, if he improve, if he shock you, say Madueke.
Do you think Rashford is a bad player?
He's not as good as he thinks. He's not as good as he thinks he is. Rashford is.
Listen to this guy.
What is he?
Madueke go feel win Ballon d'Or.
Hey, if you joke, we'll come and take the award from you. See, Abo, let's close. See, thank you very much for tuning in today. We're sorry that we were not able to take any of your calls today, but next week we'll rectify the issue, right? Next week we'll definitely rectify the issue, so you can also be part of the show. You make the show, right? You make the show. We thank you for tuning in today. Remember, we're 16 days away from the Joy Sports Invitational. Wherever you work, tell your HR to come and sign up for the Joy Sports Invitational. That's all time will permit us on Hit Sports Arena. My name is Victor Atsu Tamakloe.